All right, let's get into some stocks now. I choose the stock of the day, and if you don't need a reminder about lithium and its role in our future, you only need to look at Pilbara Minerals share price today. It is on a tear after the company reported strong bids and participation at its lithium spodumene concentrate digital auction. This is where they put their products online up for grabs. It has been, Michael Wayne from Medallion, a sensational performer, hasn't it? What does this auction tell you about the stock, and does it increase its investment potential?
Look, it just tells you, I think, that whatever this company is extracting from the ground is highly sought after in this environment that we live in at the moment. Basically, it's a trading and sales platform that the company's set up probably 6 months ago now. They had their first auction about 3 months ago, and they had bids ranging from about $700 a dry metric ton all the way up to $12.50 a dry metric ton. That was 3 months ago, as I touched upon. The most recent raising, or the most recent sales, was selling at above sort of $2,000 a metric ton. So demand is very, very high for this commodity at the moment. Lithium prices have been doing very, very well, and Pilbara Minerals has been the best performer across the board in that space. We've had clients in Galaxy before it was acquired or merged with Orocobre, but Pilbara's probably been the best of the bunch. But by and large, we expect that long-term thematic to continue to play out. In the short term, there seems to be very, very strong demand, particularly from companies in China who are basically mopping up these shipments before it reaches any open markets. So good place to be if you're Pilbara. They're in a very good sweet spot at the moment. But as always with these commodities, you've got to keep an eye on those underlying commodity prices, because as we've seen with iron ore in the last few weeks, things can take a turn for the worse pretty quickly. But at this stage, the future's looking pretty optimistic and pretty bright.
Would you be buying at these levels?
It's difficult. We haven't been buying for clients in recent months. As I touched upon, we do own Orocobre through Galaxy positions that we purchased probably 12, 18 months ago. At this point, we're probably a little bit cautious. We're holders, but we're not out and out buyers. On any significant pullback, we'll definitely have a look at it though.
Right, okay, so it would be a hold if you're in it, but just 2 weeks if it's new investment money. Andrew, it's pretty nifty initiative, wasn't it, of these guys? They've actually put on an online shop for their products and saying, okay, we will try and command the pricing on a spot basis. Now, that works well when things are going up and down. It can do it pretty short term rather than long-term contracts. So it's a bit of a really inventive initiative.
Yeah, it is, and it seems to be working really, really well so far, as Michael was alluding to. So this is, Pilbara has been, trying to develop. It's got this, I'm going to try and pronounce this correctly, Pilgangoora project over in WA. So like any big project, it's cost millions and millions and millions. But they seem to have got a really good asset there. In recent years, the sales from that have just been accelerating super, super fast, which is really great. As Michael pointed out too, we've had some supportive pricing recently, which is really good. The company's also come out not too long ago and upgraded the resource estimate of that mine. I think it was a 40% increase. Wow. in their known resources there as well. So things are really just sort of lining up for these guys. One of the concerns I often talk about whenever miners come out is this supply-demand thematic. And you can have a situation where demand increases very rapidly. In the short term, that can have a great impact on prices. But then there is a supply-side response. What's interesting about lithium at the moment is that I saw a report, I think it was from Macquarie not too long ago, saying that even when you factor in a lot of the new supply that may come on, there's still going to be a bit of a demand-supply imbalance there as well, which is just very supportive of prices. And whenever that situation is in play, these guys are just going to mint it. So look, at this point in time, they're still not making profit, but in terms of their sales, they're on a price to sales of 40 for a miner. That seems exceptionally high. Although what you need to note here is that they look as though they just passed this break-even point. So looking at some of the consensus guidance I saw this morning, they're calling for about an 8 cent per share profit in the next couple of years. So that puts them on a P on today's prices of about 31, which doesn't seem too onerous. So it's a very interesting spot. Good quality assets, good thematic. As Michael said, you've got to watch those commodity prices. Probably a little bit on the XY side at this point in time, but yeah, credit where it's due. Pilbara's done a great job.
Okay, so you'd be on a hold as well?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.